Welcome to the heavenly world of Urdak, the home of the makers. There's going to be a lot to take in for this level, but it is very action-packed and pretty challenging on top of all of that.
And judging by the tutorial, lots of crotch punching.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's the best kind of punching, really.
This level is also kind of a crossover with Soldier of Fortune. It's a very weird place to put it.
Soldier of Fortune, why are we an uncle fighting in fucking Serbia?
An uncle.
Am I wrong?
I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. We might have a brother who has a son.
No, I mean, it's an uncle look. Some people just look like uncles. It's an aesthetic.
You know, I think you have a point, yeah. So that's fun. We're gonna be doing a lot of super-powered leaping all over the place. That is a pickup for our sword there.
Ooh.
Well, we saw a million of those in the last level, so...
Your 6 sword.
Level before last, rather. 3 levels ago. Last episode was 2 levels. You get the idea.
It's been a little bit.
Quiet start just to take in the aesthetics of this place. It's very interesting. Like, I love how mechanized the Maker technology is. Like, it's not really what you'd expect from like a heavenly place. It's very different.
Also, like, super clean. It's a lot of white.
Yeah, heaven tends to evoke
Whoops!
either clouds or Roman theater.
And this one's like a more Aurora Borealis.
A lot of it's based on, like, old and, like, Renaissance paintings and, like, just the imagery.
Mm-hmm.
Not on, like, hell, fire, and brimstone hell.
The soundtrack, too, is so haunting.
Just waiting for it to fucking rip.
But in the meantime, let's just zen the fuck out, dude.
And it is heaven.
Heaven's got to be a creepy place. Like, nobody can agree on who is actually going to go there. It's never who you hope.
Right. At the gates is like fucking...
Choose very carefully.
God, I wish I could think of something funny there. Like, God, if I picked, like, the right, like, dead celebrity or something, it would have been so funny, but I don't have the power.
It's true, dead celebrities are hilarious. Oh.
I think I've gotten the mastery for everything I care to get the mastery for. Well, there's the heat blast. I've almost got it, but, I mean, who gives a hoot? I don't really want any of the other masteries anyway, so...
Just...
go the lazy way.
May as well just slam them in at random at this point.
Yeah. I've got 15 tokens that will be used exclusively for mods I don't use.
Just immediately gone. Like, you have those 2 mastery tokens that don't matter, so you may as well use them for funsies.
Pretty much.
I feel like that's kind of the thing, is like, you get the mastery tokens so late that they don't really matter.
Welcome, Seraphim.
I changed back to the default skin, by the way. Just for the end game.
Yeah, it's fitting, I get it.
Some bicep shots.
If only you had the unicorn skin.
It would kind of work.
You cannot stop the procession.
It's your boy!
Now, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna stop the procession with this.
We will
Oh!
not be able to control it. No!
Sick laser knife. Where did you get it from?
Nobody tried to stop him either.
Yeah.
That heart looks like a skull. From the side. The big boy.
The Big John.
John Romero is on the loose, and he's gonna make you his bitch!
Guys, I won't lie. The inbred of the egg didn't get wool. going to be very odd for anyone who doesn't remember a very specific joke from Doom 2.
No.
Comic's like, I'm out of here. Oh yeah, there's a level too. So, from my understanding, what that did was it may have woken the Icon of Sin, but it kept the makers from being able to control it themselves, which I imagine made it less powerful overall and more easy to stop, I suppose. I think that was the rationale behind it.
It's probably like the Hulk principle.
Yeah,
Extremely dangerous, probably more dangerous if he has a goal.
absolutely. A bit of lore, that heart was the heart of the Betrayer's son, which was used to summon the Icon of Sin before. So as we fight, I want to also bring up one particular figure in this game's lore that is not brought up verbally, at least not for a while, not until after the game's over, but is very important to something that will be happening in this level. It is the Father. The Father is God, essentially. He created everything. He used the shining light of the Maker people, and he created the fucking universe. That's pretty much all you need to know about him for now.
Just reminded of one of my favorite lines from any video game, which was from Alone in the Dark 2008.
How did I know you were going to say that?
I'm the Lightbringer. I'm the fucking universe. It's so good.
The real best line from that game is, I don't have your stone and fuck you anyway.
It's true.
I think they're on equal footing.
I just like the Lightbringer one because it just comes out of fucking nowhere.
The longer he is under, the stronger he will grow. There is a portal we can use to follow it. We must reactivate the gate and get back to Earth.
Work it better, make it better.
So yeah, remember what I said about Samuel Hayden repeating things? This is his most infamous moment of that. He's going to say, essentially, if the longer the Icon of Sin stays on Earth, the stronger it will become, several times in this level.
Man, he must have taken the breaking up of Daft Punk really poorly.
The harder the Icon of Sin gets better, the faster he will get stronger. I don't know.
No, it's fine. You tried. It's just like fucking that image of Wolverine in bed with the photo, and it's just Samuel Hayden with a picture of Daft Punk.
They may have broken up 150 years ago, but I'm not over it. Was I born then? Maybe.
Quake music I don't recognize.
That looked like an extra heavy Yes album.
You're not wrong. God.
I mean, Drama was an art album.
I imagine that would go like verse, chorus, 12-minute solo.
That's close to the edge. No, close to the edge that's more roundabout, I guess.
All I know is that yes songs tend to be long.
I mean, it's fucking prog rock. Of course they are.
Yep. So I haven't really brought these guys up. Well, I have, because they showed up in a Slayer Gate like 5 levels ago. The Maker drones. As a reminder, if you headshot them, they explode with ammo, which is convenient. It's at least a different way to get ammo other than just chainsawing everything.
I was going to say, it's funny that they showed up earlier in that challenge, because them becoming enemies is so specific to this part of the story.
It is. It really didn't make sense for them to be there. It's not like they're like really challenging or anything. They're a low to medium level enemy. Like, I feel like if they were not in that Slayer Gate, nothing really would have changed.
I almost feel like it shows that they aren't really meant to be fighters, how easy they are to manage.
Yeah. They're drones. This one took me a few tries.
Well, yeah, it's because you couldn't figure out your weapon.
Your hand.
Goodbye, sir. They may look heavy, but they weigh about as much as a balloon.
Sometimes you in the scope just reminds me of some real COD shit.
Oh yeah. No auto-aim here, though.
Fucking years of Call of Duty have poisoned me.
I mean, it helps that everything is huge in this game, and doesn't move around too much, not like a real person anyway. Single-player games make me feel like I'm good at aiming.
Well, yeah, that's because movement's very different.
Yeah.
I knew a few kids in high school who moved like the zombies.
I'm having some fucking trouble here.
I mean, same, but also all my friends in high school were stoners, so...
They just waddle around town with one hand in an empty bag of Doritos.
Exactly. Cool ranch, that's important.
Fuck. Okay, that one was my fault.
I believe in you. You can do it.
I dashed too low. There we go. Oh, I thought I didn't make it for a second.
Yeah, I thought you screwed yourself there. Oh, yes! Yes!
Yeah, that's your favorite, isn't it?
I don't know, I'm kind of split between BFG Division and this, but, like, Rip and Tear's really good.
And that was also our final album. We've got them all. We're going to be getting pretty much all of the rest of the collectibles in this level. The rest of the toys, literally the only collectible in the next level is one codex entry. So we're going to be getting pretty much everything else here.
Leave it to Doom Guy to be starting a fucking record collection after the apocalypse.
They're all free now.
You don't need to pay exorbitant prices for them.
You just gotta find them.
A post-Spotify future.
A pre-Spotify future, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, that too. But I'm too young to know that.
Okay, that was pretty good, actually. The whining is incredible.
You haven't washed your hands.
Let me go! Your hands are cold!
I mean, your head is made of metal, so I mean... I think?
Warm metal.
Hands are so rough, do you not moisturize?
I mean, if you saw his hands in the Sentinel training armor skin, absolutely not, he does not.
Just hands like sandpaper.
There's gotta be mods to replace critical damage with something else, right?
Oh no, get out of there!
I hope so. That's one of my favorite things about, like, Team Fortress 2, is because you can replace the hit sound with anything. So right now, for me, it's a clip of German 985 going every time I hit anything in that game. And at one point, it was Lil Jon going, yeah! And it never got old somehow, despite the fact it was very loud and very long, and happened no matter how many times in a row I shot something.
Yeah, that's Lil Jon's career.
No matter how many times he shoots something, he just keeps going.
You know what? Still made a shitload more money than I ever have.
Goodbye. I'd like to place this pomegranate between the four of you.
Pomegranate and grenade do have the same root word.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you trying really hard to justify these upgrades you bought.
Have I? Oh, yeah, I've been using the micro missiles a little bit. I haven't used those since the last game. That's two. Poor Sammy, he's getting his brain is rotting as his machines do.
Do you know if the game was rushed?
Oh, how cute. I don't know. It was delayed. And it is a little rough around the edges, so maybe it was. In some way.
So to be fair, it's pretty common in terms of like budgeting for them to put like less money farther in, particularly towards endings. Because technically speaking, a majority of players will not actually see the end.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right.
Not shitting on game design or anything, it's just like general trends cause them to put money in certain places.
I mean, maybe it is meta, or at least it's an excuse they could use, because fucking Samuel Aiden is 1/3 of what he's supposed to be. So maybe his brain just isn't working the way it used to.
He's going senile.
I almost wish that I didn't have this strategy for beating Marauders, because now whenever they're around, they're just kind of old news. Because, like, the first time you play through this game, if you don't know that strategy, you will be terrified every time they show up. But once you know it, it's just like, okay, you wait, and then you just do this. Then you clock them.
I mean, they're extremely platinum games. They literally flash yellow before you parry.
Yeah. And I will say something for the DLC. That trend does not go away when it comes to new enemies.
You know, have you ever played Vanquish?
I have not.
I feel like you would really enjoy it.
Well, he's happy to try a new platinum game.
It's a man in a hard suit with a gun styling on everyone with his sweet jets.
Oh, gee, was that a bit direct?
He literally just said this entire thing. Not just longer, stronger, he said the same fucking sentences.
I know. That will be the last one, though. Our counter ends here. I like the ding that I put, but now it must be retired.
Poor Sam.
So Vega just casually dropped a bomb? There's no... Wait. But let me hold off on this for a second. Look at these fellas.
And these guys just casually swallowed a bomb.
What?
I win! So I think this is a mechanic in this game. I think it's to avoid the situations where there's like one enemy left and you can't find it. If you leave lower level enemies alone long enough, they'll just die. And I think that's just a very obvious example of that. Because the Cacodemons couldn't get to me. I was not shooting them. So the game was like, oh, obviously the player can't find them. I don't want them waiting around for an hour trying to find this last Cacodemon. So fuck it. Just kill it. Let them continue. It's smart, but sometimes you can just see it, which breaks the illusion.
Hang on.
That didn't work. Let's try that again. But as I was saying earlier, there's no point in really hiding it. To answer Vega's question, is he the father? Yes, Vega's God.
So was the father then an individual or like an AI or a force or something?
I don't think the father ever had a physical being, no. He was sealed away somehow, but then he was... I don't know if the UAC took his consciousness or if he voluntarily became Vega, but a codex entry in the DLC explains that he did that to keep an eye on his creations on Earth, because he couldn't do that where he was for some reason.
To be fair, it could also have something to do with Sammy Boy.
Yes. Shit.
Oh, Sam definitely had that happen on purpose. He knows what's up. He's up to something.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have God run our Mars base. Hope you guys don't mind.
God version 1.3.
Man, it sure is a good thing you didn't let God die.
I know.
Is that like Temple OS then?
That's a good point, Torp, though. I wonder if that was Samuel's plan in some way before Doomslayer backed him up on that thumb drive.
Now, what were you hoping there?
I don't know. I was just wanted to see how far the ball would go before it disappeared.
Can't believe Doom Guy had the chance to attack and dethrone God.
But, like, this god, at least, is very sweet.
Yeah, you saved God. God's on your side.
I know. I don't know how... I mean, the Makers worshipped the Father. I don't know how much
Okay.
Vega did, like, requests to be worshipped.
I actually really like that toy.
Yeah, the little Maker drone. We got the Con Maker herself earlier, too, and she was adorable.
I appreciate the gifts, but please get off my console. I am defragging.
Honestly, Vega as a god just kind of reminds me of the sort of very hands-off god, the one that creates everything and then just backs away.
Yeah, the more
The deist god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Deism, that's more of an impersonal creator as opposed to like Christianity where it's considered a personal thing. This feels more along the Christian lines.
Yeah, probably, because the Makers did worship the Father, and they did have... I believe the Father did have, like, interactions with the Makers.
Sits there like, yo, what the fuck are you guys doing?
This challenge also took me a few tries, because beating a Doom Hunter under a time limit is not super easy. But unlike Marauders, you can just keep attacking him. You just need to do it right. So it's nicer. It's less rude.
Just gotta pour on the damage, yeah.
Critical damage!
Critical wall. Critical foot.
I appreciate how confused by the geometry of this place you are.
A little bit. It's strange. Gotta wonder, like, I know, like, sometimes you just gotta make levels and not worry about how realistic they are, but I do wonder what the practical uses for these places were.
Oh, you know, things.
Parties. This is a stage where the Maker musicians would play.
Yeah, I love having parties on my land made of dirt and metal. They had some real ragers here.
I mean, from my understanding as well, this, like, it's very pretty, but I believe that this, like, incarnation of Urdak is kind of post-apocalyptic. Because they had their own issues with demons and the Sentinels and such. Well, the Sentinels were more on their side, but, you know. Samuel talks later about how this place was paradise that's been ruined. So it's not quite as pretty as it probably used to be.
No, I think it's gorgeous.
Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens.
Yeah, maybe it's just because I've been recording the DLC, but I don't. This level is not as tough as I remember it being.
That's because the DLC is a fucker.
It is, but it's also apparently been nerfed. Like, at least part 1 was, and I will get more into that once we actually start it. By the way, I think I've decided I will just get right into the DLC once the campaign's over. I've already started recording it, so
May as well.
I just want to play more Doom Eternal.
The seal has been broken. Now the demons may pass through the void as never before. You have brought her people and this lonely place eternal damnation.
Longer, stronger damnation.
Icon here.
At least he's trying to see things from both sides here.
Oh no, he's a centrist.
Centrist Sammy.
No!
I mean, what Doomslayer's doing is very destructive, but it's just gonna be less destructive in the long term.
I mean, A, this planet's already dead. B, they'll just look for another place to siphon off.
Right.
And C, they're assholes. The most important one, arguably.
The most important asshole. We gotta align all the rings so that we can shoot a portal back to Earth. Because, as we've established, the stronger the icon of sin is on Earth, the longer he becomes.
No, gross!
He does not become whiter, though, so he just, like, his body just stretches upward.
Yeah, not even upward, just like the front of his body stretches out forward, so he just extends.
He looks fine from the front, but then as he turns, you're like, whoa!
How does that even work? I love it.
You should just pick it up and there's nothing there.
I know I was gonna say that. So that is all the collectible toys. Technically, there's one more. It's the Icon of Sin. You get it when you defeat the Icon of Sin.
Okay, but I like the idea of a Pinky just doing the John Cena, you can't see me thing.
I don't know if he can with those stubby little hands.
He can fucking try.
I want a Pinky dressed as John Cena now.
Like a douchebag?
With the disgusting shirts and jorts.
As I said, like a douchebag.
John Cena, by all accounts, is like a super incredibly nice dude, but yes, he does dress like a douchebag, at least in the ring.
I was gonna say, it used to be even worse, is the thing.
Oh yeah, when he would wear like even longer jorts that bordered on jeans, and you can't have that.
Jorts are a crime and must be purged.
I was born right at the right time to be in the John Cena era, so...
I always forget that you're younger than me and it weirds me out.
One thing I actually don't take advantage of, I do so more in the DLC, is the fact that you can actually ram into enemies and stagger them with your shield. It's very funny.
Open wide.
I don't even notice when tyrants are here. They're so inconsequential somehow.
Yeah, they don't seem that interesting despite being what they are.
He didn't really seem bothered by the rockets to the chest.
No, I never am. Plus, one weird thing is, it's not so much with this song's so ambient, but I guess when the tyrant starts launching his rockets, you hear like some like almost dubsteppy and like warp, 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 and I always think it's part of the song.
It's just weird how non-threatening they seem.
They do have a lot of health, so they're a nuisance, but they are so easy to dodge you don't even think about them. Their glory kills are the best, though. Like I said, they're so long and satisfying.
I just feel like part of it might be just like an artifact left over from like their old design and not really updating it that much. Whereas you fucking move at hyper speed and are a goddamn ninja.
Yeah. Fighting a classic Cyber Demon with this moveset is, like, you have a great advantage. What's in here? I forget. I think it's a coin, yeah.
God, my shoulders are tired.
I've been standing here for a millennia, dude.
My back is killing me.
They bought me as an ornament.
God damn it, cat, I just let you out. Why do you want back in?
Because I am the father.
My cat is God? Cool.
God is named Martin.
A rude, uncaring god.
With the rings fully aligned, the dimensional gate to Earth is now open. Get to the landing.
For all we know, all cats could be god, but they just don't give a shit.
Earth does not have much time left.
Why would that be, Samuel?
Well, let me tell you.
He just breaks out his pocket watch. Well, you see.
Longer, farther, deeper, wetter.
Creeper.
Greener and meaner.
Farter. So the cheat code collection is now complete. And I believe either with that or with the completion of the game, you get the all cheats cheat code where you can just turn them all on at once. Hi.
I'm here.
I am the guardian.
Of the sand.
The Guardian of Sin. I mean, that'd be a cool name for a Doom enemy.
I said sand.
Oh.
Poseidon quivers before him.
Fuck off! This is a very chill level. I didn't realize that.
I think it's the ambient music really changes the tone.
I don't know what's going on in here.
Oh, they're vibing. Don't worry about it.
This is our vibe chamber.
Vibing like Dee Dee Ramone.
Once again, the Venn diagram.
Look at the first album cover for the Ramones. Dee Dee looks weird.
They all look kind of weird, honestly.
But like Dee Dee's hunched over like a goblin with his fingers curled.
God, I just got me thinking about Shel Silverstein in that beautiful fucking photo. Okay, this thing's kind of rad looking.
Yeah, this is a big old maker.
Oh, it is the maker. It looks like one of the Leviathans from Subnautica.
I know, it does look very Subnautica.
This is what they look like without armor.
Pretty much. It would have been cool to see that later, but you get to see it now. Yeah, that's what they look like under all their cool metal armor. This water must stink.
Nah, it actually smells vaguely of lavender.
Maybe that's what the makers smell like.
No, they smell like ass.
They smell best at birth for some reason.
The God Maker is near. She cannot let you leave this place alive. She is invulnerable when she has the orb within her chest. Once removed, her defenses will be down.
For millennia we have survived. Made others sacrifice in the name of our prosperity. So that they may in turn find redemption. Who are you? A human. Once a mortal to defy our traditions.
Okay, but I got big gun.
Several big gun, which we gotta use against the Con Maker. This is a very easy boss, actually. You gotta start with taking down her health, and then you hook shot and blood punch her. You do that a few times, and that's pretty much all. There are gonna be some Maker drones shooting you around so that you can get your armor back, and as you hurt her more, she's going to electrocute more of the floor, so it'll limit your movement. But this is not a hard boss. Remember having some trouble because I'm not sure at my first playthrough I entirely realized the headshot to get ammo thing for the Maker drones. Plus, when you're trying to focus on a whole bunch of things, actually headshotting them can be trouble. But here in the middle of the fight, I'm going to equip the rune that slows down time when you hold right-click. That will help with getting more accurate headshots when you're under stress. See? That's the stress, not the easiness.
Just Doom guy low-key punching an angel in the gut until she dies.
That's pretty much what's happening. Ooh, there we go.
Sure.
Snazzy as hell.
It's kind of a pain in the ass, though, because the slow motion also happens when you want to use your lock-on, so it's a little annoying. I really don't need it. I don't struggle with this boss, and, 21 lives. It just makes things, slightly more convenient. Even though it's easy, this might be my favorite boss in the game. I mean, I don't know if you count the first Marauder as a boss, but the Gladiator was kind of boring. It was just a big, hairy Marauder. This one is at least unique.
I guess, but it seems like super formulaic at this point.
Yeah, it does. The fight does not change at all. The only thing that changes is the ground limits your movement. But even then, that's not that big a deal. You have plenty of places to hop and move around. Ew, gooey.
Destroyed all that I was meant to rule. And all just to protect them. Servants to our beliefs. You have broken the holy seal of Urdak. Your transgressions here will jeopardize all of creation.
Okay.
Yep.
Not much of a violent death, sadly. No, ripping and tearing of the Con Maker.
Later! Steam guy whoa. Sick fireworks.
We must leave now.
I'll leave whenever I want to leave.
I mean, I'll leave. This place sucks anyway.
Back to Earth we go. The Con Maker is dead. And now he can blood punch twice. A natural progression.
The old 1-2 punch.
Alright, so that's the main baddie down. Now to destroy the big baddie that the main baddie summoned. And hopefully save the damn Earth.
The big boy.
The large lad.
John Romero.
The long, strong.
He long, he's strong.
Long bad, strong bad? Oh my god, what if the final boss was strong bad? That'd actually be really shitty and dumb. But I mean...
But I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, me too. It's one of those things it's funny in my brain, but if it actually happened, why?
His ads are just an army of the cheats.
Okay, I'd like that. I don't give a shit. Ah, that's where the cheat came from.
Critical damage!